Sir, good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, all sirs.
Good afternoon,
Good
Shamil.
afternoon.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
We are happy to see you here.
Just put your screen down, Sameer. Put your screen down. Okay.
We see you better. Now we can see you better.
Thank you,
We
sir.
can. What was your subject you took for the exam?
Sir, I took political science and international relations.
Okay, right. Anyway, we are not going to ask you on your subject. Definitely not. We may touch upon your international relations. We are very happy with you. Now I request Dr. Mishra, our experienced Vice Chancellor, to ask you a few questions. Yes, sir.
Mr. Sameer, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
Good. So first of all, let me welcome you. And I'm very happy that you are going to appear for the final interview. And we wish you to succeed in this. Along with this, one particular thing was coming to my mind, that if you become an IS, suppose you have been selected as an IS, then, what is that you would like to do in order of priority? 2-3 things which you have in your mind?
Sir, for me, priority would be to focus on rural development. For me, rural development incorporates improving quality of life of people in rural area. So, in terms of occupation, it would be helping farmers extend their livelihood. Also, attracting MSMEs in rural area. That would be my first priority. My second priority would be education. I will start with basics, ensuring students are able to reach schools. Schools have benches, toilets, and so on. And my third priority would be hospitals. Making sure they are in proper shape in rural area, in tehsil places. There are doctors, there are facilities. They have.
Let me come to the first priority. There is a word, in economics that is known as neoclassical theory. Have you heard it? Neoclassical theory.
Yes, sir.
You have heard it. What is that?
So neoclassical theory is an improvisation over the classical theory. It suggests that the welfare state in the modern era has to expand its
Right,
reach.
keep on distributing money, material, machine to everyone, and assuming that just by giving money, material, or machine, people will improve and people will show performance, isn't it? That's a neoclassical theory. Do you agree with this? That by distributing money, in the farming community, just giving money, material, things will improve? Do you think so?
Sir, I have a slightly different perspective on this.
Yeah.
Farmers, if they are given money rationally up to some extent, will help them modernize, buy seeds, and overcome momentary difficulties. However, reforms in agriculture, extending their livelihood, also cropping as per soil quality, micro irrigation, markets, this would be the best solution as far as farmers are concerned. Secondly,
are you aware about that farm income and non-farm income, where you find more income? Farm and non-farm, where you find more income?
Sir,
farm income is more of a particular person, or non-farm income is more?
Sir, I do not remember the exact statistics, but non-farm income is more rewarding. Livestock
doesn't matter if you don't know the statistic. What you said is right. Non-farm income is higher than the farm income. Good.
Yes.
Now, in this particular situation, whatever policies have been adopted nowadays, do you agree with that? You think on the basis of that, the rural development will take place? Or you have any specific suggestion?
Sir, they will help. However, there need to be additional actions. For an example, first point, I will focus on the farm specific policies, which was reducing scope of Essential Commodities Act and also reducing scope of APMCs and promoting contract farming. That will up to some extent help. However, there would be certain more measures need to be taken. For an example, more warehousing.
Last question. Now government is now trying to promote, entrepreneurship. Trying to see to it that people are able to set up their own business, own enterprises. Have you heard Startup India?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with the policy of Startup India? Do you think that it is going to serve the purpose?
So Startup India is an enabler for registration compliance. For startups, the big one
significant feature of Startup India.
So Startup India has is a portal where startups can register. They have got tax holiday for certain period. Also registering a startup.
Is it a portal or program?
Sir, it is a portal. It is a program enabled by portal and certain other measures.
Okay.
Yeah. For startups, one important concern is working capital and also debt and equity. So recently there was an issue with the angel tax, which is relaxed.
I think on the basis of this, we would be able to solve the problem of employment. That was my question.
Sir, this will solve the one of the problems. One more issue which startups need is an impetus in terms of skilled manpower and also graduates from engineering, commerce and other faculties which have lesser burden of education loan and they can think more about innovation. Their education is more oriented to industry and not theory.
Good. This is all the way. All the best to you.
Thank you, sir.
All the way.
General.
Over to Chairman, sir.
General.
Hi, Samir. How are you? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm good. Thank you, sir.
Good. And what I have seen of you as of now, you're quite impressive. So chill out, relax, and learn from here. Okay, Samir, what is your priority one on joining IAS, IPS, IFS? What?
So my priority one is joining IAS because it is a general service.
And number two?
Number two is IPS.
Okay, good. Let me ask you about something about IPS. What is the motto of IPS? There must be something on the badge, some motto.
Sir, I don't remember IPS motto, but I remember Maharashtra Police's motto. But okay. Overall,
tell me Maharashtra Police motto.
It is Khal Nigranay, so which says that curbing menace created by unscrupulous people.
Oh. If I give you next 15 seconds to make a new motto, make it in Marathi. Cool. But explain it to us in English because I'm not very conversant in Marathi. I know a little bit of Marathi. I give you 15 seconds to make a new motto. Go ahead. Or Maharashtra Police. We are waiting. And tell us what it is. Make it in Marathi. Explain to us in English.
Sir, I can make it in Sanskrit. I can borrow one motto.
Go ahead.
It will be Swayameva Mrugendrata Yoga Karmasu Kaushalyam.
Okay, means?
Swayameva Mrugendrata means Mrug is lion, the leader. So Swayam is 12, so he should be leader. And Yoga Karmasu Kaushalyam is from Bhagavad Gita. It says that you should do your job in an excellent manner. You should be excellent at what you are doing.
I am very impressed. Thank you very much. I'm very, very impressed. You've done a fantastic thing.
Thank you, sir.
Let me ask you another question. Are you aware of the Guam Island?
Yes, sir.
Tell me something about it. Give me 15 seconds and tell us something about Guam Island. Yeah.
Sure. Guam Island is in Pacific Ocean, Eastern Pacific Ocean. It's a U.S. territory.
Good.
It's the inhabitation is small. However, it's a U.S. military and naval base in Guam Island.
And what is its strategic importance?
Sir, Guam Island is close to in terms of Indo-Pacific, Guam Island gives a vantage point to USA. It is also close to the South and East China Sea, and also from there, US can mobilize towards far east of Russia.
Very good, very good. You are extremely knowledgeable, and I'm very, very happy. I'll ask you one last question before I hand you over to ma'am. What makes you so unique? What makes you so unique?
Sir, I am similar to many other candidates appearing for this examination. One additional feature that I carry is my work experience and my management education. That helps me be at par with other deserving candidates in terms of managing all stakeholders, drawing a unified yet decentralized plan, and being optimistic yet modest and humble at work. So my experience would help me.
Good. Actually, there is, unless you have a twin, none of us have another person who looks like us. So we all are unique in our own way. Thank you very much, Sameer. God bless you.
Thank you.
Ma'am Sen Gupta.
Yes, Sameer, I was actually so happy to listen to your responses
Thank you, ma'am.
and your interest in rural development. My question to you, it's not really a question. What is your thoughts that how do we really make rural development more inclusive? And what would be the role of the civil organizations?
Yes. Ma'am, rural development in terms of making it exclusive, we first should look at all the stakeholders who are weaker than others. For an example, say women, tribals, and in terms of occupation, farmers. So these are sections which are weaker. To make it inclusive, we need to have specific tailor-made strategies for them. For an example, for tribals, there are schemes such as Forest Right Act, not scheme but acts such as Forest Right Act. Forest Act is there. So we should ensure that their land rights, their produce rights are well honored, and they can produce and sell miners forest produce. And also education for tribal children so that they don't go the wrong path and pollute with Naxals. That will be for women in rural area. The one of the important factors is to ensure that maternal mortality rate, infant mortality rate is low, so they get nutrition. Secondly, in schools they have got toilets, so girls in the menstruating age feel comfortable to go to school, because that is where the continuity of education will be there. And for farmers, it is about creating markets, helping them understand what crop should be sown, because everybody should not be sowing rice and sugarcane. They should also look at horticulture, cash crops, and aligning all the policies such as MSP accordingly. So these three are broader areas, madam.
Areas, okay. In relation to that, what do you think about the role of the social sector?
Yes, ma'am, there are two roles that they can play. One is
are they playing? And my question is, are they playing according to you?
They are playing. There would always be room for doing more. I can give certain examples. So social sectors in rural area are
IAS officer, what would you like to do to make it an inclusive program? What would be your first step?
My first step
with civil society organization.
Madam, civil society organizations have talent, have resources, and also have willpower to help. So my first priority would be to implement and remove bottlenecks of all existing policies, all existing schemes, because that is right. Secondly, in specific areas, for an example, girl-child education, nutritional health of women, I will rope in civil society organizations such as Nanni Kali, etc. So wherever I see gaps, in whichever tehsil or village I see a lot of improvement needs to take place, and which administration immediately may not be able to improve, I will I will request their help, and I will do a joint planning with them.
Okay, good. So are you saying it with your own conviction?
Yes, madam. Because being in corporate sector, I see certain companies are doing good as corporate social responsibility, and I am also aware that resources at my disposal would be limited, and hence external help would always be welcome and needed.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Samir. Welcome. Let me ask you three questions fundamentally. Do you know what are psychotropic substances? What are psychotropic substances?
Sir, these are drugs which are certain chemical substances, compounds which stimulate certain aspects of body. So they help give different thoughts, and it causes addiction.
You're sure? It stimulates the body or stimulates the mind?
So stimulates mind. To correct.
Yes. Why has it taken the center stage now in Punjab?
Sir, Punjab is close to the Golden Crescent, which is area which produces opium, and secondly, Punjab also has some smuggling from Pakistan. So the result is youth in Punjab, as per statistics and as per the prevailing social problem, some of them are addicted towards drugs. It causes two problems. One, they are away from education and employment, and secondly, there is a social disorder which can relate to law and order problems. So that is why it is in news.
But you said that there is smuggling. Is it smuggling induced by the Punjabis or by Pakistanis?
Sir, I do not have exact facts on this matter. However, having understanding of Pakistan and our relations and what their motives are, especially in Punjab, it can very well be induced and promoted by Pakistanis.
Then, do you know anything about conservation of tigers in India?
Yes, sir. There is a program under National Tiger Conservation Authority, and thrust of the program is on increasing population of tigers across tiger reserves and national parks. And
do you think it is successful?
Sir,
so you are posted as the director of the conservation department. What steps have been failing in India that you would implement?
Sir, firstly, I'll do a review of the census just to know whether the numbers being.
What are the things that have been failing? Why we are not successful in the Tiger project?
Sir, there is man-animal conflict. The developments are coming nearer to the core and buffer areas of national parks. Secondly,
I may not agree. It is there everywhere, even elephants corridor are there. Everywhere the man-animal conflict is there. Why are we not able to conserve our tigers? Any one salient point according to which, suppose you are posted there?
Sir, I will take a look at areas wherever they are coming in contact with population and even roads and highways and poachers. So I will focus on these three aspects, sir.
The other question, I will continue with Dr. Mishra. More money is given to the poor. Madam Rita also asked you. You think that will solve the solution of our rural development?
Sir, money given to poor, if it is given indiscriminately, it will only increase inflation and cause poor and especially laborers to turn away from work. The money paid should be commensurate with the assets created and the work done. So taking an example from Manrega scheme, if money is rightfully given and assets are also created, that would be the best approach. However,
last question.
Yes.
You said there should be improvement in rural department. A lot of people don't want to settle down in villages. There is an exodus into the town. Even if you create a better infrastructure in the rural area, your good doctors won't go there, educationists won't go there. What's going to happen?
Sir, it will be a it will be a gradual process. There has to be some incentive for doctors, for teachers to go there, and first incentive can be improving infrastructure of places where they have to work. It could be schools, hospitals. Secondly, in terms of our goal of 5 trillion economy, it has to be clear to everybody, including public servants, that our goal of 5 trillion economy would be easier to achieve if 70% of the population get better life, better livelihood and income. So if this becomes a common discourse.
Thank you, Samir. We
Thank you,
close
sir.
here. We are close here. I would request our general to sum up a few of his points which he has noticed on you. Please take it positively, whatever people say.
Yes.
We are very happy with you. You are qualified. You come up the hard way. Here is the last chance for you. And our group is only to help you.
Thank
We
you.
are giving you an opportunity where we find whatever deficiencies. We are trying to fine tune you so that you are able to face better and succeed. Yes, General.
Thank you, Samir. I have no point. I have only one point. You'll make it in the top 10. It is my conviction that you shall make it in the top 10, and we all will keep a check on the results of IAS. I think you have it in you, but don't take it easy. When is the date of interview, by the way?
28th July.
Okay. Just brush up a few things which ma'am and sir have asked. Though the subject is very, very vast, but take it from me, you are in the top 10. Depending on how you done your mains, I have no idea about the mains. But if I am in the interviewing panel, I think you're in the top 10. God bless you and do it.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Rita.
Well, I totally agree. I am actually about what you are saying, and that matters. It's also projected the way you are talking, the way you have handled yourself, and also I kind of compliment you that you have stuck to your own opinion, and which is very important. And also, I'm personally thankful to you for your passion about rural development, because that's also one of the area which I'm also passionate about, especially when you have specifically talked about the tribal and the women and the farmers in the rural community and the inclusion of the two. So I also feel that you will definitely make it, and I also feel you will make an asset to the IAS Academy to really understand the field realities. All the best. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Samir. I agree with my colleagues. You have answered well. Your confidence is really very, very good. Your demeanor is good. You take your time in answering. Very, very good. All that is good. But you are not very clear about the new classical theory, gas pressure. I noticed that you fumbled when Professor asked you a question about new classical theory, about the development in rural areas. Otherwise, excellent. Kindly note down. And then you were very, very articulate in your expression. You took your time to answer. And I was very impressed with the answers you gave, General. Our General was very critical of you initially, but you overcame it. And I'm sure I'll go with him. I do not know whether you will be in the first 10 or 20, but you will be in the service. Definitely. Very difficult. I can give you my personal example. I never thought that I'll be the first 10. I expected somehow to scrape through, but I was in 5. I was All India 5. That is a miracle of miracles. You don't know why. You don't know. Honestly, General, luckily, sometimes you don't yourself don't know. They were impressed with the answers, but they are all impressed. They are impressed. Don't take it easy. The next few days are difficult. Please be calm. Keep your health in check. Physically, mentally, come prepared. Thank you. God bless you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all, sir, for feedback and motivation. Thank you.
Okay, what is your reaction to the panelists? They harangued you for nearly 20 minutes. Let's see your reaction.
Sir, the feedback I got, I take it for further improvement in my personality. There are certain areas which I could not answer. Also, the flow and other things can be improved, because no 2 days can be same. So thanks a lot for the.
Let me clarify. There is nothing like right answer, wrong answer. There's nothing. So all the answers, there's nothing like you are right or wrong. There were a few places where you found that. Doesn't matter. But your conviction is what more matter, madam. It very clearly pointed out. And our general was very, very incisive in his questions. And you overcame it. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the affection.